Get ready. It's time. Christina, Katherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Katherine.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli.
Welcome back to
the Cimorelli podcast.
Ooh.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That felt much better than the last episode. We're still trying out this thing where I take over the talking in the beginning. Who thought of that?
So I thought of it.
Today's episode is 105. What? So welcome back. We have a great show planned for you today. Not that I could tell you. Wait.
You know what it is?
You
know what it is.
Every time I start talking, everything leaves my brain. Okay, we're going over a list of our toxic traits because, wait, was that the last episode we just did? Okay, the last episode we talked about toxic movies and TV shows and things. So this one, we're going to talk about how when we are toxic. Because you can't always say, you, and point the finger all the time. Sometimes you have to point it back at yourself.
That's
So
true. That's true.
That's what we're doing today. You know, if your favorite person that you follow never points the finger back at themselves, question them.
True.
Why?
That's a good point.
You know that's going to point at you at some time. You might as well do it yourself. Okay,
For
so
sure.
we're going to go over some your toxic traits slipping under.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything else besides
Anything you want to say?
boop, 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 beep, boop.
Okay, never mind. JK, all right, moving on. Hello, welcome. Hello. I want to say hello on YouTube. You're going to see a part of this episode, and then we're going to cut, and it's going to move to Patreon. The full episode is on Patreon. If you want to see all the full episodes and all of the episodes that you missed on YouTube from the last seasons, you got to join Patreon. Link is in the description. Try it for a month. See if you like it. If you're a podcast supporter, you'll probably love it. There's so much good stuff on there. If you love the Cimorelli podcast, so many good episodes never see the light of YouTube. So if you want to hear or watch them, you should really join Patreon. Link in the description. So we brought if you didn't see the last, well, why would you watch this? Maybe you are. Maybe you didn't see the last episode. We brought back some things now. We're not doing seasons anymore. We're just going.
We're just going on and on and on.
Episode 105.
Just rolling and rolling and rolling.
We're not taking a year break this
Yeah,
time.
that was really
distressing.
Not good. I'm
we
sorry,
were
guys.
trying to figure out
Yeah.
what was up.
We
what
tried
was
our
down.
best.
Well, we had a few children.
Well, I said
Few
we
maternity
were
leaves.
in the toilet trying to climb out of the toilet is what we're doing. Mentally, not physically.
Okay, maybe I should go back to being the host.
Not physically. Okay, anyway, we're out of
Getting
the
off
toilet.
the rails.
Kind of. And we have highs and lows. We brought highs and lows back because you guys on Patreon are our patrons. I want to mention the patrons more. Our patrons begged us.
That's like you don't tell people, you just do it.
What? No, I want to tell them. I want to
I mention you more.
Yeah, because I want to talk about them more.
Just talk about
I
them.
want
They
the
deserve
patrons to be talked about more because they're giving all this great
She wants them
feedback.
to know they're on her mind.
Yeah.
Guys,
They're on
I check. Okay, I obsessively check every single app that we're on every single day, at least once, but probably like 10 times. So I see Patreon.
Okay,
every
comment
day.
if you feel like Christina's giving you a pity like right now.
What? It's not
Like,
pity
well,
like.
I'm talking about you because I have to.
No.
I'm just
No,
giving
no.
you a real like. You're
no,
great.
No.
Okay.
I'm the number one
Guys, what is this? The
comment
dueling
reader.
hosts?
Okay. And I appreciate most people's feedback, not all
my
people's.
gosh.
Some really annoying comments
I
out
appreciate you even if you say, your show sucks.
there. No one says that.
I want to give you a hug.
Everyone says
What?
that.
Okay, I don't. Okay, so
I don't like hugging people.
let's go to the highs and the lows, right?
Yes.
Who wants to go first?
Okay.
Oh, guys,
here's-
while she does, whoever talks, I'm going to be pulling up the comments from the last, like 2 episodes ago so I can react. And we could talk about it. So we're not going to do that, but I'm not ignoring Lauren. I'm listening and pulling
It's
at the same
okay
time.
to ignore
We're also
me, guys.
defensive
You don't
now.
have
It's
to
like,
listen to every
not
word
ignoring.
everyone
No,
says.
I'm listening.
Newsflash. Okay.
All right.
My high was a high turn low turn high.
What?
So my high was, it was a beautiful evening, and I was like,
It was her
wow,
wedding day.
I think I could actually leave my house. Oh my gosh,
Wow.
it's the weekend. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty outside. The sun's gonna set. My friend is bullying me, posting really good food on her story that I don't have right now.
What?
So
What? You looked at me when you said friend. It was
No, I
definitely
looked at her.
not
I was
me.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
she looked
she
at Ariel.
posted this good food, and I was like, oh, I need good
What
Southern
was it?
food. It was like Southern barbecue, which I never want, but it looks so good. So then I was like, I gotta go. I can go. I can leave my house. I can go get food. Oh my gosh. So I rallied up my pals. We drove
did.
out to the country on a beautiful drive.
Wait, that sounds so fun.
And we were like, gonna
Oh
go
my
get
gosh.
this good meal at this place that's supposed to be good that
Nope,
I like.
nope.
And then guess what happened?
Oh no.
It doesn't exist anymore. It's a different place now. And there was live music, aka
Well, there already
yelling.
was live music
Yelling,
before.
yelling, and there
I know
was
you're talking about.
10
Wait,
million
so Lord's Low is
people
live
there.
music. What was it? A Saturday?
It was St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Was the day.
Oh.
I didn't realize people cared
I didn't know
about that.
people cared
Apparently, people
about
really
the
care
holiday of
here.
our people. Okay.
I guess, but not everywhere. Like certain establishments are going to be like, oh,
Lauren,
St. Patrick's
I know
Day, and certain
exactly
ones
where
are
you
not.
went just based on what you just told me.
It's a different place
I'm
now,
wondering
and I
if
was
I know
really
where
upset.
you-
but
They
then,
like changed. Yeah.
But then they have multiple locations. So I
don't
just
know.
drove to the other
Wow,
location.
that's a lot of driving. You were dedicated.
Woo! Actually, it wasn't that bad.
No,
Really?
yeah.
It's not that far.
Wow.
It was
So
like 15 minutes.
then I was happy and I had a nice dinner with my friends that
Yeah.
I wanted to get. It just, there was a detour, but it was good in the end. So it was fun.
That sounds
was
really
kinda
fun.
scary,
I
that
love a
looked
good
nice.
country drive.
It was a high, turn low, turn high.
Oh,
Which is
okay.
really the best kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Start
sure.
up and you end up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was
For
it.
sure.
I saw people saying they liked our highs and lows because it's easy, which is so true. It's easy to see like people on the internet and think that their life is just great. I don't know exactly why you get that from us, but maybe they said it's great. It's great to be reminded that we have our like off days too, and it makes them feel like not so
I
bad.
feel like all of our lows in the last year or whatever was
Pretty
like,
low.
yeah, I was crying for hours and my life was
And
just
they
horrible.
liked hearing that apparently.
Which is like, I feel like everyone kept saying that for every low and every
It's
high.
okay.
Yeah, and it's okay.
high
It's good.
was
Normalize
I
cried
being for
sad.
hours and
Yeah,
my
who
life
said
was
that for their
horrible.
high?
I mean,
You said every
no,
high and
everyone
high.
said their low was that. Sorry. We were all just like, I was having a horrible mental health
Yeah,
time.
it's okay.
Okay,
it's
I
okay.
think people like to hear that because
Yeah.
when people say their lows normally, I
Okay,
feel
so
like keep being
okay,
sad.
honestly-
I think people would want to say.
I was just gonna.
Wait,
what? Oh, sorry.
I was
Go.
saying I think people normally like don't go that far on the internet. If they're in like this, well, some people do, but I think people
Yeah.
be like, oh, my low was. I'm trying to think of something.
My
stupid.
laundry turned pink. Hopefully
Yeah,
not.
that's
is
a pretty
a low.
bad low.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I see someone else who's having a really hard pregnancy, I kind of sigh a relief, even though I don't want them to be in pain. But I'm like, I had a really bad pregnancy, and when I
sighs
see people
relief.
that are like, I didn't even know I was pregnant because I felt so great. Well, I don't relate to that. So,
Yeah, it's like you're like I know what you're
Good
talking about.
for you.
You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm really sorry you're going through this, but it's really nice to know that I'm not alone at the same time.
Yeah, you don't want someone to be in pain, but you feel the sense of camaraderie.
Yeah,
And community.
It's so true.
You can relate on a different level.
It's like when people post those TikToks, they're like, life's about balance. Their balance is going to the gym, working hard, girl bossing, and then going out at night, getting drinks, dancing up. I'm like, okay, so balanced. Okay.
so bad.
Anyway.
On the balance beam of life.
Anyone?
I can jump
Honestly,
in.
that used to be my balance.
Okay. My low
Go to the
is
gym,
that
girl bossing.
my twins, well, first of all, they were sick for so long, but then one of my twins, Dominic, started getting way better, and then Leo took a turn, and it was really sad. We ended up, we had to take him to the ER because he had croup, and he tested negative for like every bad virus that was, so it was just a cold that turned into croup, but then he ended up getting an ear infection, and it just like was such a long week, and poor little baby was like waking up crying, and my mom gut was like, something is wrong with my child.
This goes with my last girl,
Right.
Christina.
And we just went to urgent care the night before, and they were like, oh, he's fine. They checked him. The lady kind of made me feel a little bit medically gaslit. She's like, oh, he's totally fine. And then like the next day, my pediatrician came. She's like, oh, he has a ton of fluid in his ear. He has an ear infection. You need to put him on antibiotics. And I was like,
They can see that
I
when
knew
they
my
look
baby.
in the
Yeah,
ear.
and I gave him Tylenol in the middle of the night because my gut was like, he's in pain. I can tell. So anyway,
Well, maybe-
trust your gut, even
Was
if
he
you're not a mom.
Crying? Is that how you can tell?
Well, they wake up crying a lot because they're like hungry or they just,
Okay,
annoyed
yeah,
or whatever.
Is it okay.
But
There's like
he
a
was
pain
like,
cry. You
like,
can tell.
It's like,
Okay.
oh,
It's just
owie.
like,
You're like,
ouch,
oh, my
ouch.
baby. And like every time I laid him down, he was like, whoa, like I don't
Well,
want to lay down.
Maybe the fluid hadn't accumulated yet, and they
I
didn't
don't know.
see it.
But anyway,
No.
I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah, so anyway, that was my low.
And then my high, which is really sad because I had to dig to the depths of my soul to think like I've literally been in my house for like a week. Thank you. I feel like I'm just ignoring my feelings at this point. Like, because my husband's like, maybe you should go to the store. Like, you haven't left the house in a really long time. But he brought home a cookie from work. And that was my, hey, listen. No, listen. That sounds so pathetic. That sounds extremely pathetic. But this was like a bougie $8 cookie.
Okay, that's a high.
And it was like a snickerdoodle that was so soft, like a really, because I am a cookie snob. I love baking, and this was like a delicious.
Your
soft,
snickerdoodles are very good that you bake.
Catherine's humble moment turned into like Beverly Hills cookie.
No, thick with 2 C's, snickerdoodle, and it had marshmallow like glaze with Lucky Charms cereal on top, which I love Lucky Charms.
That sounds really
It was
This was like a
and you're
cookie
supposed to put it in the
casserole.
oven for a few minutes, and it warms up. And we split it, and I was like,
Ooh.
oh gosh, I wish I had the whole thing to myself because it was so good. But anyway, that was literally my high. That's all I could think of because I've just been home with my boys, like, and they've been sick, and I've just been like, when is this gonna end? It's been going on for 2 weeks, and I'm so tired of it.
Well, it seems like it's coming to the end. So that's
I
good.
think it is, yeah. Now that he's on antibiotics, and his ear should be cleared.
Okay, my low is not really a low, but this is like a funny story that was annoying that happened. Okay, so I'm always like, we're going to walk to my husband, and we bring the baby, and we walk through this neighborhood of these mansions, and we're like, oh, it's so fancy, we love it. So we get there, and we park, and because it's nice, it's like, wow, look at these houses.
Yeah,
it's
I
just
love
really
doing
fun. So we walk through, and we get like 15 minutes in, and then Chad's like talking in mid-sentence, he just goes, and he gets so mad, and I was like, what? And he's like, I left the candle burning. I have to go home. I'm like, one time I think he went to bed with the candle burning and nothing happened. But so I'm like, oh, whatever. But I'm like, okay, fine. You got to go home. So he had to leave in the middle of the walk and like go home. And that kind of sucked. And then I had to just kind of like, I had to go to the bathroom. So I went back to the shops. I went to the bathroom. And then we had to restart. It was just a big hassle. So that wasn't really like a low, but it was kind of like a funny,
It's
like,
kind of annoying.
hassle.
yeah, he was so mad. I left the candle. I was like,
I can like literally see him in that moment.
oh yeah, he that's like his worst fear because they had like a house fire that happened with the candle.
And he's
with
not
his
gonna leave
parents.
the candle
He's
burning.
never
I'm like,
leaving
I
a
would
candle.
leave it. I'd be like,
I
oh, the
know.
candle, it's
I
fine.
know.
But
Anyway, and then this is really weird, but I watched the movie Marry Me with Jennifer Lopez
Wait,
and,
I wanted
and
to see
Owen
that.
Wilson.
oh,
It's like a rom-com.
Is it new?
Yeah, it's on Peacock.
What?
It's kind of like
Oh, it's on
Jennifer
Peacock.
and Owen
It has
Wilson.
those horrific ads.
15 years ago.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
it's new. What?
Wait, Lisa, do you
It
have
has
to?
those horrific ads on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Wait, it's really weird, but it's really
Do you have
weird.
to rent it?
No, it's on Peacock. If you get Peacock for free, you watch it. Listen,
Oh, I
anyway,
love
the
it.
point is, I
wanna
watched the
watch.
movie.
I want to watch it.
It's really, really cheesy and spoofy, but it's like, oh my gosh, like it was a fun watch. Like I haven't seen a new rom com.
I feel like they don't
so
do
long.
rom-coms, except for like To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Okay, so I was watching the movie. I was like, Jennifer Lopez had babies? Like, how does she look like that at 50 years old? So then I started Googling, like, Jennifer Lopez
How does
pregnant. I just wanted to see, like, what was she like when she was pregnant?
Twins?
I found out, I was like, oh, she had a C-section. I felt so
Wow,
bonded. Just good. And then I was like, Kath, she had twins.
Yeah, Lisa texted me. She's like, Jennifer Lopez had twins. Did you know that?
And then
Beyonce.
It's like, wow, powerful women have twins, apparently. So
Yeah,
consider yourself
Carrie had
powerful.
twins too. All
Consider
these like
yourself a diva.
like great singers had
Wow,
twins.
Kat.
But yeah, I was like,
Join the club.
I bonded with her over her C-section, and I watched a great movie. So I was like, oh my gosh, it was just a weird, really fun night.
I think she named
I
them
was
like
Googling and watching.
Max
yeah.
and Emmy, which are the characters in Dragon Tales.
Whoa, that's so
What?
If you
random.
remember Dragon Tales.
I love that
Dragon Tales.
Wait, she
Dragon-
named them after the movie, or they named the movie after her kids?
I don't know if
Or
she
is it
named them
happy
after the movie.
coincidence?
No,
or
I
it's
think
just
this was a
coincidence.
coincidence.
Oh, that's a good catch.
That was a
Mom
good
reflex.
catch.
Ooh. So that's
Am I the
me.
only person who did
Yeah,
that?
it's just
No, I didn't go.
Okay.
So you have like
sorry.
Yeah, it's stuff. I have to like cut.
It's okay.
Why are you just
I just pull it to the side.
Wait,
for
what
now.
did you
It's
cut?
I just
hanging
felt
out of
it.
your hat?
I just felt it, so I pulled it over here.
Drag.
I felt it right here. There's like a piece of string, basically.
Ah.
very visible.
And it's like pretty thick, but you can't like pull it. It has to be like cut.
It's like
thick.
straight up rope.
So I just tucked it back there. Okay, so my low was I had a really bad sciatic nerve episode.
No,
flare up.
ma'am. I hate
I
that.
could barely walk the whole night, and I was laying down, but Nick had to leave. He had a prior engagement where 36 people were depending on him, allegedly.
Oh, wow.
So I was stuck with Barrett, and I almost could not walk. I mean, technically you can. It just hurts
You
yeah.
spasm.
So I was just like,
you can't. No. Sciatic pain is the worst.
Do it. Yeah, it was horrible. But I may have found some fixes for that.
Really?
Because I have a massage therapist I'm going to try out who healed her mom's sciatic. Her mom had like
I
really
should do
intense
that.
sciatic nerve pain, and she helped her. Whatever.
I'm a huge believer in
Whatever.
prenatal massage. I got one very regularly throughout my pregnancy. It was really relaxing and like
I'm
it's
excited.
so much tension.
I'm excited to
get
try
it
it.
out.
And I went to the pelvic floor physical therapist today, and she worked on my sciatic nerve stuff as well, and it is almost gone today, but it will come back because it's about like the
Yeah, you have to
tightening of the muscles.
maintain it.
Yeah.
But I
It
was
just flares up
pretty
when I'm
happy.
in stress, and then I can't walk, and then I'm like,
so maybe like your muscles like tense up
Hey,
in
I had
stress?
it really bad in the
Yes.
second trimester, and then it never came back after that.
I don't think I got
Maybe
it.
you
but
won't
I
have
got
it in the
other stuff.
third. You never
Last
know.
time I had it the entire second through third, and then postpartum I had it too.
well, I'm not pregnant.
What the heck?
I haven't.
Yeah, that was not right. And then I got it right away in the first trimester this time, which was so wrong. So anyway, it got the worst it had a couple days ago.
Ooh, that
but
sucks,
now
bro.
I know stuff to do. I didn't do anything last time. I did a bunch of like hip stretches that did not help at all. But now I'm doing more like glute focused. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. So
Honestly,
the high.
yeah.
I feel like I just want to talk about the thing too long. The
You
high.
need your own pregnancy podcast.
I know.
She does.
This is why I
She
have
has
my
so
YouTube
much to
channel.
say.
That's all I do on my channel. Okay, so then it's literally what I do on mine. And
yeah,
my
that is
videos
your
are like 30
pregnancy
minutes long.
podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, her channel.
It should just be a podcast. It could.
Yeah.
I could literally just make those into okay, whatever.
The birth.
Anyway,
birth with Christina.
sorry guys. The high was okay. So with motherhood, I feel like I always have like different days and weeks, different vibes, and there's certain days and sometimes it's a whole week, which is amazing. But I had one of these like days, maybe a couple days, but sometimes I have a whole week or day where it's almost like kind of like magical. Not because everything's easy, but because maybe it's like the age that Barrett's in. I think it started around when he was getting closer to 1 at some point later on when his personality started to like blossom and he started to like connect with me. Well, he's connecting before, but like interact more.
So
I had all
heartfelt.
these like magical days and weeks. Sometimes it's like a horrible day, but some days it's like magical. And at the end, I'm like, wow. Such an amazing child. Motherhood is so amazing. This is the best thing of my life. And I'm just like, wow, my life is so amazing when I have these days and weeks. And then I like have some bad ones and then I'll have a good one. It'll happen again. So I seem to be on like a good roll, even though, I just,
Sounds like you're like rediscovering the magic of childhood through your child.
yes.
Where you're like seeing it through his eyes.
So, and he's a pretty
Yes.
freaking cute child
It's
too. That
just
helps.
so fun. Toddlers are just so.
I love
knew
that.
it too. I was like, I just know I'm gonna like this more and more as he becomes like a toddler. Like I knew I wasn't a baby kind of person as much. I knew I was more of a toddler mom. I just knew it.
Oh,
And it's true.
I'm excited to be a toddler
I love
mom.
it. It's so
Coming
so
later this year.
fun. It's just so
Lisa and I will
fun.
both be toddler moms later this year.
And Barrett all the time, he just does like really funny stuff. Like he always, if he wants a kiss, he goes, and just holds like that.
That's so
All the
cute.
time. He did it to our dog the other day. But Frankie doesn't know what to do, obviously. So
fun.
And
That's hilarious.
He just
Wow.
copies me all the time and just does really funny things. Like when I'm working out, like I was on hands. I do a lot of like hands and knees type of things for pregnancy. So I was doing one. We were supposed to like rock kind of back and then up. So every time I went back, he put his hands on my butt and then he was pushing me forward and then coming back and then pushing me forward and taking it really seriously. And then I did
He's
one.
like your personal trainer.
I did one on my back where you lift your leg up and then your other leg or something like that. So then he was holding one leg the whole time and going up, down.
Oh my
And he's
God.
like, and it was so, and he's really like serious. He takes it really seriously.
Future personal trainer right
It was
there.
so
That's
funny.
hilarious.
Sure. He's
So anyway,
sure.
things
What a
like that are
special
just
child.
so hilarious and just amazing. So yeah, that was my high. I had one of those every time I have one of those magical days or I have a magical week and I realize I'm just like, yes, I had a magical week.
It's not all a
It's
bunch
so
of
worth it. So yeah, I had one of those. Can't wait for the next one.
love
Aw.
that. I would say my low was many lows, but that's, you know,
Amy,
like,
side note, I love your earrings. Those are so cute.
Thank
Sorry.
you. I got
Like,
them.
no, the ones on the side, the little, like, hoop things.
oh, these?
They're like little
It's
rings.
just a Kohl's.
Oh, this old
So
thing?
Just a
Yeah.
Kohl's ear cuff from Kohl's.
It's really
My
good.
Kohl's cash.
Kohl's has really good jewelry.
No,
I bought your
all
jewelry
my
from Kohl's.
earrings are from Kohl's. Literally, I
From
love it.
Kohl's.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you. I just
Wait,
had
I
to point
didn't
that out.
know
That's
that.
really cute.
And he's like,
When?
Kohl's has
sorry,
great
or
jewelry.
Cass like, sorry to interrupt, Amy. Don't comment. Because last time.
Wait,
Don't
you-
come for me.
That was a reference to the last episode. Wait, you literally physically go to Kohl's or order?
I physically go to Kohl's and I order online.
I didn't even know
They
it
have a lot
existed
of
anymore.
sterling
Lost the
silver and
house of
14
Kohl's.
carats.
Yeah, I bought you earrings from Kohl's for Christmas 2 years ago, and I told you these are from
Yeah,
Kohl's.
if you have prissy ears, they have a lot of sterling
They have,
silver
yeah,
and
they
14
have
karat
14 karat
gold,
gold.
and
That's
it's
where
like
I
affordable.
think I got these from Kohl's actually. Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
because they're
I didn't
14
know
karat
that.
gold.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
okay,
sorry.
sorry.
Yeah, for sure. Wait, what was I saying?
high was you went to Kohl's.
No, it was not. What
I'm
was
sorry,
it?
I threw her off track.
Oh, my low was that. Oh, I didn't say it. That's
Yeah.
why. I don't really know, guys. Probably my weekly panic that I did too much. That was probably my low. And then
Sounds like you've taken over Catherine's job.
no, I have for
Yes.
sure
Oh,
morphed
it's
into
tiring.
Kathy
If
Lee.
you guys know Kath's sisters, you say that too. Same thing.
Every week, every single week. I'm like,
That's true.
I
I need
did
to say that a lot. Is my low.
way too much. And then I'm trying to think of a high. I have a few. I got to build all our furniture, which was really fun.
Oh, yeah, the outdoor furniture.
Yeah.
From
Yes,
my high
they
and
got
low
a fire
last
pit.
week.
Yeah.
Amy was like, please, Lauren, can I put the furniture
Can I
together this
build it?
weekend,
Amy,
please?
God,
And I was
yes.
like,
I don't want to do it. Like, nothing would
Yes,
make me
you
more
can.
happy.
Yes.
I was like, nothing
Amy,
will make my day
industrious.
better.
Okay.
Guys, you put on music, you put it together, you become one with nature, and like, before you know it, like 3 hours has passed. And you're like, wow, what a
Amy,
life.
That's a great talent to have. Building
It's so
furniture.
much fun.
You
I
will
love
use
it.
that throughout your whole life.
I
Every
love
time
it.
you buy something that needs to be put together,
Yeah.
which is a lot.
For
I
sure.
honestly wish I had that time. I'm like, there's a lot of instructions. I'm scared.
No, they're your
It's
friends.
scary. Ugh, I had a bad experience.
You just can't be afraid of the instructions. And then you just got to
What
use
about
your
if you have
best
to spend it over
judgment.
3 days and it takes you like 8 hours to build a desk and you put it on wrong and backwards and you have to redo it?
But that's how it
Happens.
goes.
Danny led me astray.
You
Danny
have
started
to-
that one for me and then she put the drawer on backwards and I had to
You
fix it.
have to really, really look over them.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm proud of you because that's,
Thank
that's
you.
a hard talent.
It's
to have.
really fun.
Good for you.
Okay. So I want to respond
Well, I'm gonna have
to
you over next time I have something to build.
Yes,
respond to the
please let me build
patrons. 2 episodes ago we did the toxic like fitness.
And yeah.
Wow, we're
And
doing a lot of
culture.
like toxic. That's like the word.
That's our new podcast.
we did like
is toxic
3.
things.
We need to think of a new word.
Unhealthy.
Dangerous.
I'm gonna find a synonym while you do that.
Okay, whatever. We did a thing on fitness, health, whatever, and the feedback was so good. I was just reading the
Ooh.
comments. This is a Patreon only episode, so if you join Patreon, you can go back and watch it. People are like, I didn't think I was gonna relate to this, and I'm obsessed. I love it. Blah blah blah. This is such a good episode. We have like really passionate responses for this one.
I have a couple of synonyms we could use: dangerous, destructive,
I said dangerous.
harmful, venomous, and virulent.
Venomous
Destructive.
fitness
How about
culture.
deadly?
I like destructive. That's a good
Harmful.
word for it. Destructive.
And then I have to give a shout out to Katie Hanna. I was asking what episode are we on, like, because you know this one's 105, but we didn't know that when I asked, obviously. And she said, I think this was podcast number 103, which is 2 ago.
Good job.
So I gotta say, shout out Katie Hanna, one of our
Wait,
patrons.
we've done over 100 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
bro.
you not hear her
We've
say
been doing this for
105?
years.
I thought that was just like, you know, like they say like, oh, 101, like the first, I don't know. I did not know it literally meant 100
Catherine
and
thought we've done 3 episodes.
wow,
Couldn't even finish
105.
that sentence.
That's all good. Go on. Pat on the back, guys.
Okay.
Pat on the back.
Guys,
So,
we
yeah.
did 6 seasons.
That's a lot.
Guys,
Sorry.
The days are long and the years are short or whatever the heck they say.
Should we go to our 5 perspectives?
Yes,
Sure.
no,
sir.
you didn't react to them yet.
No, that was it.
That was her
that was
reaction.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
People up.
Okay. Don't want to go on forever.
Then
That was my shout out to the patrons.
give our
Shout out
perspective.
5 perspectives for this week. Who thought of this? How do you meal prep for the week?
This is
That was
me.
my
Lauren?
idea, too.
I think it's nice
No.
to tell them
Yes,
whose
it
idea
was.
it was.
I
It's your
literally
second
said
hand
it.
idea after I said
No,
it.
I said it.
Okay.
Yikes.
One of them came up with this idea.
Whatever, Lauren can take it. Because she wants.
Okay, guys, let's give them a nice rundown.
How do
Okay.
I meal prep for the week? In short, I don't.
Love it.
I kind of think about my refrigerator periodically and go, oh wow, I'm running low on yogurt. All I eat. Better get some more. It's all
He just eats
prepackaged, ready to go, like yogurt or a salad mix or a frozen meal. Yeah.
Okay.
I just realized, thinking about this, one of my toxic traits in here, so I'll save it for later. I won't mention it now. But meal prepping, I see what I have and what I need to use up. Then I go on Pinterest and I go, what would be good? Blah, blah, blah. I plan 3 dinners. And I don't really plan my lunches. I just make sure I have like the staples. And then I don't plan my breakfast because it's, like what the vibe is. So I like to cook on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. Wednesdays and Thursdays I'm really pretty tired.
This is so interesting. Everyone's so different. Like, I feel like it's all different systems.
Because on Wednesday, Thursday, I'm like, I just can't right now.
That's so interesting. Okay, I can't take credit for this because my husband has a very efficient way of cooking that he's a great cook. And I am
can
so,
see that.
his system is so easy that I just adopted it and I love it now. He makes every
sure.
meal basically has a format, which is a protein, a starch, and a vegetable.
Love
so it's just a mixture of, we just have rice, and we mix it up a lot, but like we have rice pasta, or sometimes sweet potatoes are the starch.
Oh, mine totally follows this.
Yes, and then we have vegetables, which is either fresh vegetables. I love making salads. I introduced him to a lot of foods. I kind of bring him out of his comfort zone a lot.
Oh
Like,
my
you should try this.
gosh,
and
you
then
don't
now,
say.
like, I bought his
I'm
apples,
shocked.
and now he has to have an apple like every night. So he's like,
His nightly apple.
Listen, before I came
form.
along, he was eating the same thing for like years.
Amy!
And I was like, listen, you gotta have fun with food, okay? He's like, oh,
He's
can't
Amy,
do that.
but
I'm like,
like,
no, step outside. Like,
Can't have
comfort
fun
zone.
with food.
Inverse socially.
So yeah. Anyway, so we have a meat, a protein, and a vegetable, and we just rotate that. And then I add the fun in that he did not do this before. And I say every Saturday or Sunday, I sit down with him and I say, what are we craving this week? Let's do like one.
Wait, how do you know what you're craving?
No, we just talk about it. And I'm like, should we do burgers? Should we do like an Indian dish? We usually pick a culture, like if we want to do Mexican food or Indian or
spin
Asian.
the globe. Put your finger on it.
And then we do one.
Wait, I'm begging, Kat. She won't just. I'm
There's so many
begging
ways
you
to
to
take
take
own a globe.
and film for your Instagram story
Do
and say,
it!
Max,
Oh, great. I'm gonna end up in
spin
some
the globe.
random country.
Put your finger,
it's
and
gonna be
he's
like
gonna be
whale
like,
blubber
doesn't
or
even
something.
eat. He would be horrified at that, and I would love to see it.
So
I
yeah,
would love to
I would
see
say
it.
Max came up with the great system, and I added the fun into cooking. So I mean, he is a great cook. I really appreciate when he cooks for me. But I'm like, let's try something new. And he's like,
Love it.
okay. And then he's like, oh, I'm glad we did this. Oh, and also I put on music from whatever. I don't do this anymore with the twins, but for like 2 years when we were first married, it hasn't even been 2 years. It's been almost 2 years. First year, let's say that. I would put on a song from that culture or like a whole playlist. And like, so like we put on Indian music while we're cooking Indian food. And it just makes it more fun. So yeah, that's what we do.
Good for you, Kathy. Good for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the
I
heck?
have a food board on Pinterest I'm always adding to.
Me too.
So on the
Girl,
weekend.
can I get the link?
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
on the weekend, then I'm like, I just picked 2 recipes from Pinterest. I usually try
Great.
something new every time. I don't necessarily do this every week though. It's maybe like every other. I don't know. And I just picked 2 new recipes to make, and then I try to make them on Sunday, and if I don't, then I'll make them another day in the week. And then I just eat those, and then I get a couple of extras like bread, cheese, grilled cheese, vegetables,
For
whatever.
sure.
Like a couple of
Staples.
extra things,
Yeah.
so I can like have a couple other things besides just those 2 meals. But I don't mind eating the same thing
Yeah,
days in
same.
a row, like, and I don't like to cook in the week. Unless it's something quick. So
Yeah.
I just try
Yeah.
to cook it earlier and then I just eat it for days.
That
you
is
know what? I
literally
will
me.
say, like, side note, it's good to have a couple meals in your Rolodex, that are just like really quick. Put it together in
Yes.
under like 30 minutes.
Very
Because
key.
Under
really
30
quick.
minutes? That's
Let me
really
give you an
long.
idea.
10
Salmon.
minutes.
It takes
5
4 minutes to cook a microwave meal. That's really quick.
Yeah.
Yes,
Let me tell you
ma'am.
this. Salmon, defrost so quickly. Salmon. Get some vegetables, throw them on a pan with some olive oil, throw them in the oven, put some rice in your rice cooker. That's a great
No.
meal.
What's
Salmon,
quick?
rice, vegetables.
A quesadilla. Quick.
That's also quick. Yeah, there you
Ooh,
go.
I want to make
That
a
is
quesadilla.
Grilled cheese and canned soup. That's a great quick meal.
PB&J, lightning fast.
Ooh, for sure.
I just had a PB&J before this. Okay.
Okay, so I already know what I'm gonna eat, and it's basically the same thing. So I
Amy is Max.
I have like 2 different meals. I'm working on expanding it. But like I have a lunch. I either do like a salad or like a Greek wrap. Those are my 2 things that I have thus far. But I'm working on more. But I don't cook during the week. I can't do it. I don't have time. So I cook on Mondays during our meetings, and then I just eat it. Like I make a giant thing of the TikTok pasta and I add chicken and I eat it for a week straight.
Wait, is that the
And
feta?
then I ate it
Oh
again the
my
next. All right, I switch it to a new thing.
Wait, you eat the same thing every night?
Yes.
You don't get tired of it?
No, it's so good. Oh, and then
Actually is
and then
surprised
I'll
you
get
that.
like a thing of cookie dough ice cream and I'll eat it with strawberries for dessert.
Oh, heck
Or
yeah.
I'll do rice pudding with strawberries. Yeah.
You eat rice pudding?
Yes, I love rice pudding.
Wow.
No,
It's so good.
That ain't
I
right.
put strawberries in it. I do it with rice pudding or cookies and cream ice cream every day.
Wow.
You gotta have
Wow.
dessert.
See,
bro.
guys, so many different approaches. It's good to hear different people's approaches.
Yeah, that was fun.
Okay,
Wow.
so should we go to our toxic traits?
I'm
Dead.
dead. Okay.
Wait,
I think-
maybe we should explain this to someone who's really confused. What
Yeah,
is a
but
toxic?
explain.
Because I didn't even know what is a toxic trait.
And let's just like do kind of lightning if we can, but don't push yourself.
Yeah.
So toxic traits. Wait, actually, you explain it. My last two brain cells.
I explained it. I'm the one that didn't know
Okay,
what it was.
I'll
Lauren
explain it.
explain it.
I'll explain it.
I had to ask them what it was.
Oh wait, this is hard to explain. It's just like, okay, it's not literally toxic. Like
It's
my
kind of a
toxic
joke.
trait is stealing
be
people's
toxic.
money. Like it's
Yeah,
not like
that's
that.
actually a toxic trait.
It's just like something. It's just like something that is not great.
It's
That's
something
it.
that you do that's kind of like outside of the norm, or like a little like not the best,
Something
or quirky, or just kind of weird.
quirky, or just kind of like,
Different.
oh yeah.
Something that's like toxic to yourself. And
It's
Yeah.
not literally my worst toxic
Toxic.
trait. Why I ruin all my relationships.
It's
Yeah.
a
That's not
joke.
it.
like
Yeah, it's a play
my
on words.
toxic trait. I saw a meme that was like, my toxic trait is that I try to domesticate every raccoon I see, or I think I
Yeah,
can.
that's like
Wait,
it's
you
not
do
really
that?
toxic.
No, I'm
You
saying
think
I
she
said that
does
was
that.
a meme.
Okay, sorry.
That's
So
literally
yeah, I
dad.
think you
though.
guys will get it once we jump in.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we
Let's just jump
picked
in.
we picked categories, and we're each gonna say. It's funny. Lauren.
I like that laugh.
Wait,
So I'm gonna go through the list that we made, and we're gonna say our toxic traits. So the first
are we just gonna
one.
go down the line, or what should we do?
Yeah.
I
Let's
mean,
go down the line.
whatevs.
Okay. Yeah.
No, let's go down the line.
Lisa starts.
So
What? Oh,
first
geez, okay.
topic: what is your toxic trait with? What did I say? With? In?
I don't know.
In
Depends.
regards
Yeah,
to-
that's in regards to
In-
texting.
Okay,
Sorry.
I think I have at least 20 unread texts at any time. I cannot open them all and read them, and then one day I'll randomly read them all or whatever, but I don't know why. Someone just ends up in my texting dungeon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I have another one besides that. Oh, wait. My toxic trait with texting is that I will often respond in a not very like personable way. I'm just like, and I'll leave a bunch of words out. So I'll be like,
Oh yes,
yes.
Yours is not fixing typos. And they just
Yes,
guess
yes,
what you're
yes.
saying.
I'm like, they can guess. So I'll be like, yes, sat 10:30, and that's all I say.
Yeah.
It's like Saturday.
Yeah,
At
let's go
10:30
Saturday.
or-
That would be great. 10:30, blah blah. I just like, yes, sat 10:30. I
That's
don't know.
like very like logical.
I just want to like get it done and then just move on.
That's the point.
Okay.
But it doesn't really work all the time. So that's my toxic trait.
Guys, anytime anyone mentions the word texting, a rush of shame fills my soul. I am a horrible texter. I feel so bad. I'd probably take a lot of times like 1 to 2 weeks to respond to messages. I am such a bad texter. I feel so bad about it all the time. Literally every day I'm texting. I am so sorry for my delay. That is like my response to every text because I am so delayed. And I really don't mean it personally. I read someone's text, I'm like, oh, that's so great. And I smile. And then I'm like, I'll respond. And then I'm like, oh, shoot, my thing's burning. Let me go run to it. And I never remember
Maybe
to respond.
you needed to schedule
Wow.
like a 10-minute every day and
That's
just
a great
go
idea.
through your
Well,
text
Well, that's the
of
other
the
thing
day.
is by that point it's gotten so out of hand that I feel like I have a lot of things to do around the house or for the twins or like someone who's
Yeah.
like at my house in real life that I'm like, I think texting is very unnatural.
Yeah,
it's like I
for
wish I could
you.
just respond to you in real time and never have to think about it again, you know?
Just do
Yeah.
voice memos.
I do voice memos sometimes, but I still, like you said, 20 texts. I think I usually have about 100. Like I'm not even exaggerating sitting there
Yeah, mine's about.
that I never
Okay.
responded
Whoa.
to.
This
That's
is
intense.
a weird toxic trait, I guess. Okay. My toxic trait is I always have 150 unread texts. Literally that's what I have. But I text people back. So how do I have 150
Lauren,
unread
group
texts?
It's our family
messages.
group
I
chat.
don't, but I read the family
That
group
ain't
chat
adding up.
without the family group chat. I
Yeah,
just
that's
have.
honestly
I guess my
same.
toxic trait is not like deleting or opening like pointless messages, and then they just stay unread. And I
Forever.
always have
I
150
have to look at
unread
mine.
texts.
Wow.
That is horrifying.
Like spam text
like
or this
Lisa's
or that.
actually
It's
better.
just-
Appalling.
Better than she thought.
Mine, I would say I'm pretty solid at responding to people.
Amy is a great
unless
Amy
I-
responds
no,
quickly.
I'm
What's
trying
toxic?
No. I'm trying to figure it out.
I was like, what's the bad thing? Come on.
Oh,
first of all,
maybe typos.
I don't proofread a dang thing.
That is toxic.
Second of all, I send about 50 texts. Boom, boom, boom,
I
boom,
do
boom,
that.
boom, boom. I don't do like a paragraph.
She types in all caps.
And I type
typos can
in
be-
mostly all caps.
Your typos can be really hard to decode.
No, they can be really, really
really
bad.
I read
funny.
Amy's text like this, Kathy Lee, because they're all like, and, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, you will never guess what happened.
Or like not reading enough of the text and responding to some of it
Yeah.
and then not the whole thing, and then I have to go back and yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah, but at least you respond.
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.